Imagine, you are sitting in a muddy trench. In the trench across from you are the people who killed your best friend yesterday. You are ready to pull the trigger. Suddenly, instead of gunfire, you hear a sound. It was Christmas night. In Europe's most brutal war zone, something happened that had never happened before in history and never will again. This is the Christmas Truce of 1914. July 1914, the assassination of Austria's Prince Franz Ferdinand set all of Europe on fire. Within a month, Germany, France, Britain, Russia all crashed into each other. 65 million soldiers put on uniform. And what did everyone think? We'll be back home by Christmas. But what happened? No one went home. By December, the trenches of the Western Front were filled with mud, rats, disease, and corpses. Almost 1 million soldiers dead on both sides. And then came December 24th, 1914. Suddenly, candles began to flicker in the German trenches, and a sound came. German soldiers started singing Stille Nacht in chorus. British soldiers first thought this was psychological warfare, but one British officer, Lieutenant Sir Edward Hulse, wrote, "We were astonished. They started singing Silent Night, and we replied by singing The First Noel in English." After a while, a German soldier raised a white flag from his trench. A British soldier put down his weapon. Then, soldiers from both sides came out and met in no man's land. That night, no one pulled a trigger. Only gift exchanges happened. Chocolate, buttons, caps, and some even started playing football. This part doesn't appear much in history book, but India also had a hand in this miracle. In World War I, 1.5 million Indian soldiers fought for the British Army in France and Belgium. And among them, soldiers from the Firozapur Brigade also took part in the Christmas Truce of 1914. British historian Anthony Richards found that Indian soldiers from the Firozapur Brigade exchanged spices and sweets with German soldiers in 1914. Imagine a Sikh soldier hiding spices in his turban, walking toward the German trench. They sat together, drinking tea, forgetting the reason for the war. For just one night, they weren't enemies. They were just human beings. But the High Command did not like this at all. The next year, they issued strict orders. No fraternizing. Shoot. The Christmas truce was limited to just one night. There was no truce in 1915. Then came 1916, the Battle of Somme, where 60,000 British soldiers were killed on the very first day. That is the real face of World War I. The war ended on November 11th, 1918. In 4 years, more than 20 million people died. And out of 1.5 million Indian soldiers, 74,000 lost their lives. Most of them never even received a proper funeral. The British government censored letters of Indian soldiers, so families never knew the full horror. British officers used to read the letters of Indian soldiers. Whatever they didn't like, they covered with black ink. Some letters never reached home at all. One soldier wrote, "This is like the Mahabharat war," but his family never got to read it. In war, no one truly wins. Some nights remain only as memories, like that Christmas night of 1914, when enemies saw each other as just human beings. If they could do it, why can't we? Peace is not just a word, it's a choice. If you liked this story, hit like, share it so people know how big India's role was in World War I. And if you want to hear more such stories, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious.